Alright, I think we're recording now, so I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it real quick, you know what I'm saying? So basically today I took two trades, a long and a short. I was bullish coming in the day. Why? Because we had a gap up, and then I was watching market, right? Came to retest EMAs, and then we had a bullish engulfing candle, as you can see right here. Big old bullish candle. I like those. But yeah, besides that, we had a big bullish candle, right? So I was like, okay, cool. Um, I didn't take the trade because I was in some whack ass Tesla trade. I only lost 20% on that trade. Got out of it because I was like, what am I doing trading Tesla, bro? I don't even trade Tesla. I never traded Tesla in my life. I mean, I used to trade a little bit, but yeah, bro, I don't trade Tesla. Don't know why the fuck I traded Tesla. But regardless, this was gonna be my first trade of the day, which literally would have worked out, but it's okay, you know. Uh, I mean, I'm glad I waited, right? Because this trade right here ended up working out a little bit better. But I guess we can go over why I took this trade, right? I was watching 3 minute. Was it the 3 minute? It might have been the 2 minute, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, gang. Um, I think all I saw on this play, I think all I saw on this long was this. Let me see. Let me see. So obviously, like I said, I wanted to take a long today, around the same area. So I was like, okay, cool. We ran up to the highs, and then this to me kind of felt like a manipulation move, right? Because why the fuck did it take us so long to come up? But then in two candles, we're right back at the same spot. So I was like, there's no chance we're going further down yet. You know what I'm saying? So I waited, um, and then I'm trying to figure out what I saw, right, for me to get into this trade. Besides the fact that I wanted to take a fucking long today, no matter what. Okay, so here you go. So basically, all I saw here was we created a fair value gap, right? Literally, this is all I saw, bro. We created a fair value gap, came back above the EMAs with a big bullish candle. We like big bullish candles, and then we retraced back into the fair value gap. This was my entry. I think I was looking at the 5 minute though, because we had, yeah. So this was my entry here. Of course, stop loss candle close below this. That's how I do it. My stop loss is going to be a candle close above the candle that started the move, right? So boom, we had this candle, and then I went down to the lower time frame to see if we could catch an entry, and what do we get? On this 3 minute candle, we had a retracement back into this. I think it was a 2 minute, like I said. Yes, sir. So we had that fair value gap created. We had a retracement back into it. That was my entry, and took it up to the highs, which over here. And then that was 1 TP, and this is 1 TP right here, and that was 2 TP. I took most here. Why? Because like I said, I was looking at the higher time frame, right? So we come to the 15, 30 minute. What do we do the previous days, right? This is a huge resistance area. Came up, rejected. Came up, rejected. Okay. So I'm not going to look to long something all the way up here just yet, right? I think, news came around, exactly what happened. We're going to come take lows. I think I told y'all last night doing the watch list that we did take out some lows here from last Friday, but we still have lows from last Tuesday, which is here. What do we do today with news, right? Took that Tuesday low out. So tomorrow I'm going to be looking for a long, but let's finish this first, right? But why did I take this short, right? Because we had a setup. We had a beautiful setup. This is what I saw, right? So I took that long. And obviously, holding the runner, I saw that, okay, well, we're getting weaker. It wasn't running too long, right? I think it hit 75%, 80%, and then another 80% again. And that's how I kind of knew it was topping out, because we created a new high, but it was like the same percentage still. So I was like, okay, well, probably time to get out of these. Cool. But what do we get? This is what I love right here. So what happened? We had a sweep, right? Sweep of the highs. We had a sweep of the highs there. We had another sweep of the highs. Barely. It's trying, but it's making new highs slowly but surely. And what do we have again? Another sweep of the highs. So all we're doing is just slowly sweeping highs back into this huge resistance area we have, right? We couldn't hold this area for nothing. We couldn't hold this area for nothing, bro. Like, just like, look, as soon as market open, dump. Market open, dump. But yeah, so we kept sweeping highs, sweeping highs, sweeping highs. And then I remember news, right? So the first person I learned trading from, I don't want to say no names, you know what I'm saying? But she told me setup plus news, it usually plays out, right? If your setup's there with the news, it usually plays out. Okay, cool. And I always remember that. So what do we get? I think I was watching the 10-minute. I was watching the 10-minute and the 5-minute. So what do we get? Right? So we had this fair value gap created. What do we get? We had displacement down. So I was looking. I was like, okay, well, we had this 10-minute candle displacement down, which was pretty quick. So I was like, okay, well, let me look for an entry. Came to the 5-minute. What do we see? We had the displacement down. Came back, closed up here. This is where I entered, and then I took some cons off here, unfortunately, right? But what happened? Obviously, like, setup plus news works out in your favor, right? We had displacement lower, came back, retraced, and went. Didn't think we were gonna sweep lows that fast, but you know, it's new. So this was my original TP, which hit in like 5 minutes. But yeah, bro, it's pretty fucking simple, bro. We had sweep of the highs, sweep of the highs, sweep of the highs. We're getting weaker. Had displacement lower, came back, retraced, and unfortunately, I got stopped out here. Why? Because I was going off that 10-minute fair value gap, right? Unfortunately, and I was already green for the day. I took Tesla long in the morning, stopped out 20%, and then my second play of the day was IWM longs. It was this right here, this move right here, and then the only reason I stopped out is because I was not trying to risk my profits for the day, right? End of the day green, so couldn't complain. But yeah, basically that's all I saw, bro. Pretty simple. But yeah, like I was saying, for tomorrow, we did sweep that Tuesday low from last week, so I'd expect to move higher. We did have some good volume pushing up towards the end of the day. As of right now, we're just kind of holding there. We're not kind of, I guess we didn't came back down after hours, but yeah, that's all she wrote.